Well, good morning, guys and ghouls. It is Easter Sunday and or 420, whichever one you celebrate. But I am going to clean out the interior and or the exterior of the Firebird today, since I am waiting on parts. No places have spark plugs in stock or anything else I need, really. I'm just going to order it all from Rock Auto, get it all in one lump sum, and then we'll get back around to doing some mechanical work on this thing. But for now, we are going to do some major, much needed cleanup. As you can see, the outside from previous videos is overall not the worst. It sat in a barn, but it did have a cover on it. I don't know if you can see, but you can see fabric rub marks throughout the paint from the car cover itself. And the interior needs some serious help as well. So we're going to start with the interior, clean all the garbage out. I'll run a vacuum through it, wipe it down with some kind of detailer stuff. I got a whole shelf full of flavors and whatnots. And then we will move to the outside, give her a nice hand wash. And yeah, I'm going to strap a GoPro to my 4-head, or 5-head rather, and start on the interior here. Time lapse, engage. All right, got the interior. It's about as clean as we can get it, and honestly, it's pretty darn clean for what I was expecting. These seats surprisingly cleaned up very well. Dash especially cleaned up very well. Gauges all look nice. I mean, it smells a little better in here, but it's kind of like you drowned 100 mice in Armor All, so that's kind of better. So there's that. But with that being said, I'm going to slam the doors and clean the outside. Oh, there you have it, guys and ghouls. She actually cleaned up pretty darn good. I know it's still wet right now, so it's a little bit deceiving. Once it dries, I'm sure the paint's gonna, fade a little bit more. But overall, I'm pretty happy with it. Without any buffing or anything like that, it's actually pretty clean, besides the obvious rust holes right there, and everywhere else. Very, very happy with that. Can actually drive down the road with this thing and not feel completely like Joe Dirt, but we're pretty much there, let's admit it. But yeah, I think I'm gonna stop here. And I think next time we're gonna degrease and power wash the engine bay, but we're gonna save that for when I get parts. Alright guys and ghouls, I'm gonna shut her down for this video. If you've been following along on this build, or revival then build, revival then build, I really appreciate it. If you guys enjoy my content, please like and subscribe. There's plenty more to come. I really love doing this stuff for you guys, making you guys laugh, making myself laugh. You know, if you can't laugh at yourself, what's even the point of living, right? So, with that being said, this is Living Dead Garage, where we bring the dead back to life. We'll see you on the next one.